Midnight Manifesting with Keysha. And I decided to do something a little bit different here tonight. And that was to go live at midnight. All right. And just thought, I'm just gonna, do something different. Just take the inspired action and just go live at midnight. So if you guys are watching live, drop me a comment. Let me know where you all are tuning in from. I know it's like in the Pacific Northwest, it's like 9 o'clock. On the East Coast, it's like midnight. So all the business hustlers are up, doing the thing. And so let me just see here. Let me just make sure I'm actually live and all the things. Okay, awesome. Let's see here. Am I actually? Yes, we're live. What's up? What's up? Okay. Awesome. Yes, cool. We are actually live. So what's up, you guys? I wanted to go live tonight, midnight manifesting with Keysha, and today's actual thought that I wanted to share with you all was the only requirement that's actually that's necessary for you to manifest what you truly desire. Okay, and it's not techniques. It's not you journaling. What's up, bro? What's up? It's not doing 369. It's not, it's none of that, right? It's nothing that you have to physically do, right? Um, there's nothing that you can physically. Sorry, my family is actually texting me. My father um, is having some breathing problems and stuff, and so he's actually at the hospital, and so I'm actually live. That's probably why I'm actually really up too as well, because they just took him back into X-ray and stuff to just to check him out. Okay, but anyway, so today I was on TikTok, and this is kind of inspired for me, and this has actually been something all week long. Even Derek, that's on here, like, Derek, what you doing up? Okay, but something that even I was speaking to him about this week as well was about decision. Okay, the only work, right, for us to do as humans in this human experience, the only work for us to really do is to decide, right? That is the work, all right? It's like if there's any work for us to do, it is going to be just that, to make a decision. And nothing in this actual system, the earth realm, this universal plane, okay, nothing moves until we actually make a decision. We decide what it is that we truly desire, all right? And many of us like to, as I like to say, abdicate. It's a new word, okay? We like to abdicate our power. Walter, what's up and welcome. We like to abdicate our power over to something else, right? Something outside of us, besides ourselves, and that's bypassing. Okay, and sorry, you guys, they're like texting and stuff, but it's all, he's doing well. So Daz, he's doing okay. Um, and so yeah, and so we have to actually decide. We've been talking about the book. We've been reading The Power of Awareness, and I have decided, and I, told some folks, I told Derek this week, I've been telling folks on my Facebook, I've been saying this everywhere, is that the only work left for me to do in this earth realm, right, for the rest of my days, I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I've accomplished a lot of things. If I were to leave this earth today, tomorrow, whatever, I would feel complete. Now, you might say something different. Hey, it's up to you. But for me, I've accomplished so much in this life, um, that I really am like, God, if this were it, I don't. I'm not. I would have an ounce of regret. I've raised. I've been. I'm a mother, right? I've been married. Um, I have an amazing family. I mean, like, I've been able to reconcile differences with my mother. I have an amazing relationship with my ex-husband. We co-parent so very well, and so the work that I have done up until this actual moment, this actual point, you guys, I'm so complete in life. Like, I really, really am. I have an amazing line of work that I'm actually in. I get to work with some amazing people at my employment and stuff. I mean, and it's actually like a place I really enjoy going. Like I'm building my audience and stuff and building my platform and stuff here on YouTube and things like that, you guys. But I really like what I get to do, how I get to show up in this world, right? So and so that's all a decision, right? That's all a decision and standing firm on your actual decision, right? So techniques, and I think I made the title, techniques are not actually required. Like, none of the stuff that people tell you that you have to do. And I'm just one of those people that just tell you the honest to God's truth, right? None of the things. There's nothing, and I mean, there is absolutely nothing. When you ask, and so prayer, so when people say, oh, Keysha, well, you have to have, people say you have to have a prayer life. Listen, you guys, you're always praying. And to me, okay, so to me, you are always praying, okay? So it's like, pray without ceasing. Well, you do that, you're always really praying. Really, you're talking to God all day. You're really always praying. So it's not really something you have to say like, oh, my prayer life and stuff. So making yourself feel bad about what you're doing or you're not doing, you guys, none of that is actually, that does not matter. Your only work is to decide. And so I was saying, you guys, like, for me, like, spending the rest of my life helping people to remember who they are, right? The rest of my days, that's the only thing only thing I'm gonna do is to spend the rest of my days reminding people who they are. When you call me on the phone, the only thing I'm going to do is remind you of who you are. If you call me for anything else, I am not going to be interested in talking about it. I am not going to be interested in hearing you talk about what's not working. I am only going to remind you of who you are in this earth realm. My little brother, I'm so excited for him. We were, I was talking to him about my journey. Like I said, I'm so excited, bro, because I have 100,000 YouTube subscribers and I got 1,000 people in my school, right? And I decided, right? I didn't need any physical 3D, as we like to say it. I didn't need no evidence in 3D that had happened. I don't need no evidence. I've decided that is what it is. And so I have been created in the image and the likeness of God, right? So what does God do? God decides. God decides. This is what it shall be, and it shall be. So if I'm created in the image and the likeness of God, then decide. I do the same thing. I decide. And I, as Neville Goddard would say, okay, is I deny the evidence of my senses. Okay, let me explain that. I deny the evidence of my senses. My senses, my eyes, my ears, my touch, I deny that. I deny the evidence of my senses. Derek and I talked about this yesterday. Faith is the evidence of what things hope for. Faith is the evidence of the things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen, right? I think I may be mixing the scripture up, but y'all know what I'm saying? Like, now faith is the evidence, right, of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. In the scripture, in the y'all in there, let me know what right? It's now faith, right? So but if I can see it, then I don't need faith. Right? I don't need faith if I can see it. So if I had 99,995 YouTube subscribers, you don't need faith for, you don't need faith for to see 100,000, 99,999. Okay, Keysha, you can see 100,000, right? You can see that physically. That's not even, you don't need faith for that, okay? But when you're at 35,970 something, I think last time I looked at it, 35,000, something like that, right? 100,000, actually in vidIQ, I put the goal inside of vidIQ, right? Because they wanted to know my goal, okay? And so I put the goal inside of vidIQ, and vidIQ told me that, like next year, no, actually, I'm taking that back. vidIQ said that for me to get to 40,000, it would take me till next year, okay, to be able to do that. I don't have to come into agreement with vidIQ. I just don't, right? I'm not even, all I know is I have 100,000 YouTube subscribers. How fast it happens, it doesn't matter. How slow, it does not matter. I'm gonna deny the evidence of my senses. So whatever I see in the physical eye, if it does not align up with what I have decided, you see what I'm saying? So that's how, if it doesn't line up with what you have decided, you deny it. You deny the evidence of your senses. If you've decided you're healthy and you are not in the physical realm, you don't see health, you deny the evidence of your senses. No, that is not for me, right? And then you decide. Once you decide, you take actions out of the decision. I decided to be someone healthy. I decided that, right? I remember I was like, you know what? I'm going to decide to just be someone healthy. Okay. Now, what I did was after that, because I know I'm a faith walker, right? So I'm like, okay. So in order to solidify my identity, right? In order to solidify my identity, what I decided, I identify as someone who is healthy. Hope y'all are following me on this, okay? I decided in that I am someone who is actually healthy. All of heaven and earth, everything got into agreement with me on that. I don't need to be like, oh my God, well, if this be the will of God, why do you need to? The will of God is me. I am the will of God, right? Like, what do you like to be healthy? Like, do you need to really? Do you need God? God is in agreement with that. Okay, so I'm saying, like, it's like that is the will of God. Okay, it's like you don't need to pray about that. Is that the will? Okay, because when you have a desire, it is actually from the divine. I believe that. Now you don't have to come into agreement with me about that. I believe as long as the desire does not violate someone else's right to choose, this is how I like to define it. As long as what I desire does not violate someone else's right to choose freely for themselves, then I believe my desires are divine. That's what I believe. So I believe that my actual desires are heaven downloaded. Like they are from infinite intelligence, God. It is God. Okay. So when I get the desire, it is God saying, I want you to be more. That's what I like to say. Right? When I have a desire to be healthy, that is God saying, I want you to be more in the earth realm. I want you to be more. So my little brother, I was talking to him about this. He was like, well, sis, I have a few things I like, I was telling him, who are you going to be? Who have you decided you're going to be in the earth realm? Who have you decided to be? So he says, well, I have a few things, that I'm wanting to do, right? And so when I saw him yesterday, I said, hey, listen, decide, right? Decide, pick one process-oriented goal, whatever it is, decide. And I said to him, like, if you were to decide to be healthy, you may decide that you're going to drink water every day, or you're going to walk 10,000 steps. You may, whoever you've decided to be, right, then you're going to decide to take a simple action in identification to identify with that particular person before you see the evidence of that person. Y'all following me? Right? So when I decided to be someone healthy, I also decided, okay, what does a healthy person do? Okay, let me slow it down for y'all. I decided to be someone healthy. And then I said, well, what does a healthy person do? How can I solidify my identity? How do I now walk in faith, take an act of faith, walk in faith, right? And say, this is who I have decided to be. I said, okay, I would imagine a healthy person walks 10,000 steps a day. I can imagine they do that, right? And it's something that I can commit to, right? So you also want to be like, okay, can you commit to this small action? Yes. Okay. So I decided that I was a healthy person and I walked 10,000 steps a day. That was it. This was a little bit over a year ago, right? At that particular time, I was 175 pounds. Okay. Wearing probably a size 12, somewhere in there. Okay. And that's all I decided, right? I decided to just do that. Walk 10,000 steps a day. And then because I had decided to be someone healthy, then solutions, the ways and the means, the cooperative components of this universe got to work to bring to me what was required for me to actually walk out and be a healthy person. So now anybody knows me, they know I go to the gym about 5 to 6 times a day, 5 to 6 times a week now. A year ago, I didn't go to the gym at all. I was going to the gym. I just switched gyms. I was going to the gym at 6 a.m. This is someone who didn't go to the gym at all. I went from not going to the gym at all, 175 pounds, okay, to going to the gym 5 and 6 times a week, okay, at 6 o'clock in the morning. And mind you, I do not like to wake up early. And this morning I got up and the class is now at 7 o'clock. So I literally got up 6:15, got up out the bed, got in the car by 6:30. I'm at the class at 7 o'clock a.m. How I decided, right? So now I'm like 140 pounds, somewhere in there, right? I got like 5 more pounds to get to my goal weight of 135. I wear between a size 6 and a size 4. I decided. I just decided. No, I didn't do any writing. I didn't do no journaling. I didn't do no 369. I did none of that. I just decided. And because I decided, the ways and the means showed up for me to actually manifest, because it was already done when I decided. When I decided, it was done. The end. Most of us, what'll happen is we decide on something, and then we don't see the evidence of it right away. Then we get discouraged, right? And then we say, oh man, this stuff doesn't work, oh, manifesting doesn't work, or whatever you want to call it. Prayer don't work, whatever you want to call it, okay? And this doesn't work. No. You have to deny the evidence of your senses. When you don't see what you want to see in the physical realm, you deny it. You deny the evidence of your senses. Like, no, I'm going to stand on what I decided. Faith is not faith until it looks like it's not going to happen and you still believe. Write that down. That's Amanda Francis. Thank you, Amanda. Faith is not faith until it looks like it's not going to happen and you still believe. Right? Because that's your only work. Decide and believe that it's done. Decide, believe that it's already done. Decide and believe that it's already done. That's your work. Now, if you want a script, if you want to journal, if you want to do affirmations, if you want to do 369, if you want to imagine, as Neville Goddard was talking about, you want to do imagination, state of wish fulfill, all this kind of stuff, do it. I mean, do whatever you have to do to solidify the identity. Do whatever you have to do to solidify the identity. So if that helps you recording yourself, saying the affirmations, awesome. That's amazing. Do that. Don't do it to get it done, because you don't need to do it to get it done, if that makes sense. You don't need to do anything. You need to decide and believe. That's it. Decide, believe. That's it. Everything you needed in order for your prayers to be answered, you came here with it. You came here fully equipped with everything. All these techniques were created by people. People created this stuff, right? People created 369, or they discovered it based upon their scientific research or whatever, right? They came up with it. They came up with the techniques and stuff like that. But everything that you need is inside of you. Okay, there's nothing that you need that's outside of you. And I know people are like, oh my God, Keysha, hey. I mean, why would God send you here, right? Bring you to earth, and then not fully equip you? Like, that's not nice. Like I said, that's not nice. Why would you do that? I was thinking about this on my way, as I was driving home today, and how, the script says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. You all, this is my belief system, okay? Is that the Bible is a book about me. Okay? I mean, you guys can read it and make it however you want to make it. That's up to you, okay? But I personally believe the Bible's a book about me. And so when it says that before I was formed in my mother's womb, I knew you. So that means me and God were in communion before I got here. So we made some agreements. Now, this is what I believe. You ain't got a co-signer, and I'm not trying to apostatize you and get you to believe nothing that I believe, because I think that's not cool. Listen, it said, the script says, before I formed you, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. So that means that God and I were in communion together before this whole earth realm stuff came to be about. So there were some agreements that we made. There were some things that we decided before Keysha even got here, before she was formed, before Willie and Wanda got together and created and got into agreement with heaven, got into agreement with God, right? Because everybody's getting into agreement. Everybody had to come into agreement with this. They came into agreement before they were formed in their mother's womb. They were actually known. They made agreements before they got here. And so we just all came into agreement. So when it was time for me to come here, the agreement, they had already come into agreement. Okay, we're going to bring forth Keysha, right? And her name shall be called Keysha. Okay? So me and God already agreed on some stuff before I got here. God is not surprised about anything that I am doing right now. Absolutely not. So when they say it's finished, it is finished. You're just walking out the plan, the agreement that you made before you got here. And I was saying to myself, like, that's why I don't believe about people being off track. You're lost, you're off track, you're behind, or any of that kind of stuff. Like, I don't believe in any of that kind of stuff. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. I just don't believe in it, okay? And you can believe in it, but what is the benefit? What does it benefit you to believe that? That you're off track, you're lost, you are behind in life? No. You're right where you're supposed to be for the agreement that you made before you got here. And the quicker you get back into the agreement, right? The quicker you get back into the agreement. Okay, you know what? This is who I agreed to come here and be. Let me do that. Let me just go ahead and do that. Let me stop worrying about what other people think. Let me stop worrying about what other folks are thinking about and what they're worried about and what they think about what I'm doing, because I'm doing what I agreed to do when I got here. So let me just do that. And that's what you guys are seeing, even with me on like my YouTube journey, my life, just my whole life completely, right? It's just me saying, you know what? There was an agreement that I made. I know the agreement I made. I was telling my brother yesterday, I said, listen, bro, it's all about the what and the why. What are you doing and why are you doing it, right? I said, I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on YouTube to make money. Okay? I don't need to do that. Okay? I'm not on YouTube to make money. And I was telling him, I said, income is the effect, identity is the cause. Write that down. Income is the effect. Identity is the cause. So, I'm on YouTube and I'm creating content. Why? Because I know that I am one of the greatest spiritual leaders, the greatest spiritual leaders to ever walk this planet. Okay? So identity, right? Identity. So you have to know what's the agreement you made to come here? What did you come here to do, right? I told him this, I said, listen, I was born to a teacher. Me and God, the agreement, before I was formed in my mother's womb, I was known. God knew me. So I picked my mom. A teacher. I came through the womb of a teacher. So for 9 to 10 months of her carrying me in her womb, I'm listening to her teach. I am one with a teacher. A teacher is carrying me and nourishing me and teaching me. I'm listening, I'm hearing and everything, right? from a teacher. Because why? Because the agreement that I made is that I would come here and I would teach. I would teach people that you are the answer. I would teach people that, like, hey, the answer is within you. Okay? Remember who you are. Income is the effect, identity is the cause. You're not trying to get anywhere. You're here for a purpose and a plan. You are your purpose. There's no finding your purpose. There's nothing to find. It's not lost. Your purpose is not lost. You're not lost. You're not confused. You're just concerned about what everybody else is thinking, and you just won't execute on what you know to do. Because and that's okay. I'm an overcoming people pleaser. I get you. You're me. I'm you. Hey, I get you, right? Don't want to, we want to be liked. We don't want people to upset the boat. You know what I'm saying? We want, to go with the flow. We don't want, it's like people pleasing, self-abandonment. Hey, I get you, right? So you're not confused about what you're here to do. You're not confused about your purpose. You're not looking for your purpose. You're not you are your purpose. You know what you're here to do. You know who you're here to be. And get into agreement, right? And everything is wrapped up. Your wealth, your everything, your love, your whole life is wrapped up in you being you, your identity, and you being you. I just got a text message from a friend of mine, and I sent her something, and she was like, getting paid to exist. That's her whole thing about getting paid to exist, right? You get paid to exist when you are not hiding who you are. Ooh, that was a message for me, right? There's all the money in this world is wrapped up and locked in you being you. You being you, fully, completely, you being you, all of you. I know. So, decide, right? You just gotta decide. Decide to be all of who God has created you to be. Decide. You don't need to look for it. It's not lost. You know. And that's what I always would tell myself. Like, I don't say, I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You know exactly what to do. You just have to get over the fear of what people think about what you're going to do. Hello. Right? You know what to do. There's no way God is confused. And I don't believe in a God outside of me. So I'm like, hey, whatever. I believe God is in me. Because before I was formed in my mother's womb, God knew me. So how can we get disconnected? Where do we get disconnected? Where? Okay? Like where? No. In birth, we did not disconnect. No. I'm not going to believe that. No, thank you. So God is in me. God and I are one. And so God can't be confused. And you know when you're not in agreement with God. You know how you know when you're not in agreement with the God in you as you, because you can feel. You're feeling. You feel bad. You feel a certain way. And you feel a certain way because you know you're not in agreement with God. And you feel bad. Or you feel sad. Or you feel lost. Or you feel that's why those were given to you. Right? Those were given to you so that you would know. So you know when you're off. You know when you're off. Your feelings will tell you when you're off. You feel bad. You feel, you know what I'm saying? You're not in agreement. You're not in agreement with God. If you're identifying with lack, I don't know. I am poor. I am broke. I am this. I am that. Right? Then you're not in agreement with God. Okay? Period. That's not I am. The I am cannot be in poverty. Absolutely not. And so you probably will feel bad because you're not in agreement. Okay, right? So you have to say, who do I say that I am? Who do I say that I am? Who do I say that I am? Okay? That is the truth. Right? That's true. So that's all you have to do. You just got to decide. Right? And so that's why I came on here tonight, you all, just to share that with you all. Decision is the way. Decision is the absolute way. So decide. Make a decision You know, there's a video that I saw a while ago. Make a decision and make that decision right. Right? Make a decision and then make that decision right. Because you know what? Whatever decision you make you is right for you. It is absolutely right for you. Make a decision and make that decision right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who have you decided to be in the earth realm? So my little brother sent me a text message today, and he says he's gone to the gym, right? And I said to him, the highest version of you, the highest version of you goes to the gym. I love it, right? And I was like, and you actually, for the work that you're here to do in the earth realm, you need to be physically fit in order for you to be able to carry the weight of whatever it is you're here to do. So that's perfect. He's a drummer, right? Got accepted into Juilliard, one of the most amazing drummers to walk this planet. So I think physical fitness is very much important for a drummer. I think it really is. And that's all. And he doesn't need to do, it's not about having this whole immaculate plan of action and, oh my goodness, and what, I got to go and get this whole big plan. No. You got to decide what's the highest version of myself going to do today? Am I working out? Right? Am I walking? Am I drinking water? What is the highest version of me doing today? The highest version of me doing today. What is it doing? Reading? Hey, you get to decide, okay? You get to decide. And so you step into the identity of that particular person. And then guess what happens? The next step will be unlocked. The next thing is unlocked. The next thing is unlocked. It starts to unlock. Why? Because you're being the highest version of yourself. You become magnetic. You become magnetic. And it's things like, hey, money is attracted to you. Opportunities are attracted to you. Love is attracted to you. Everything's attracted to you by law. If you really want to know what the law of attraction is, like, that's all it is, y'all. It's not some woo-woo, metaphysical, whatever, mumbo jumbo. It's science, okay? And the other thing, y'all, let me tell you something else that really kind of will blow your socks off. My mother is a science teacher. Of all the things in the world my mother could teach, I was born to a science teacher. So someone who studies stars and planets and all kinds of stuff, and that's what she studied. She got a master's plus 30 in science. Before I was formed in my mother's womb, God knew me, and then we made an agreement. It's like, okay, I'll send you to Earth. You gonna go to Earth? Yeah, sure, let's do that, right? All right, then let's do it. I'll send you through a teacher. She's gonna teach science. You'll be one of the greatest, spiritual teachers that ever walked the planet. And not because of some woo-woo stuff that you learn, but because it's actually science. And you'll be able to make it make sense to people who it may not make sense. Most of the people, they probably hear some people say it and talk about it, and they didn't hear it. They won't be able to hear it. But they'll be able to hear you. I'll teach you. This teacher will help you be able to break this down in a way that they'll be able to understand it, and they'll be able to see themselves differently because of the work that you do, because of the YouTube channel that you will actually do, and you'll create content, and there'll be millions of people that are watching your videos, and long after you're gone, so I can prophesy to my own self. Long after you're gone, people will still be watching your YouTube videos just like they do Reverend Ike, just like they do Jim Rohn, just like they do most of these folks, even now Bob Proctor, right? Neville Goddard, Catherine Ponder. There'll be Keysha LaShawn. But you got to be able to step into that, be able to face the ridicule that may come from that, because you may not sound like what people think you should sound like. And you may not look like what people think you should look like. Yeah. But you're okay. You'll be good. Right? You're going to be fine. You're equipped for this. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I equipped you for this. You're equipped for this work. So just go and be who I've called you to be. And the cooperative components of the universe will go to work to bring to you the people, the resources, the money, whatever is required for the fulfillment of the desire that I put inside of you before you were formed in your mother's womb. See, I'm just not here to teach you woo-woo at all. This is science. This is real talk. The Bible's a book about you. I mean, yeah, I can go from story to story and make it about me. I don't make the Bible be about some people back in the day. I mean, I just don't. Not anymore. But you can. And it's okay. I'm okay with that. Right? I don't need you to agree with me. You need to get into agreement with the God in you as you and what you came here to do. And you'll be fine. All right, y'all. Well, I love you all so very, very much. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and subscribe. I should have said that a few times, but hey, whatever. It's all good, right? Hit that button, subscribe. Also, if you want the mix of this, law of assumption, manifesting, and also monetization, you want to know how to make money online, I do have a community where I teach that, right? I'm teaching women how to do AI, how to use AI faceless pages on Facebook in order to make money. Right. So if you want to know, how to mix this together, but I firmly believe identity is the key, right? Income is the effect. Identity is the cause, right? Income is the effect. Identity is the cause. If you want to know what's going on with your money, what's happening in your world, it is all wrapped up in your identity. I also have a free 7-day self-concept reset. So if you're going to reset, because I believe that's the only thing. The only thing I need to heal is my self-concept. I don't believe in healing nothing else. The only I believe in you healing is your self-concept, how you see you. And you have to reset it to see yourself as God sees you and has seen you from before you were formed in your mother's womb. Right? You just have to reset. And that's the only thing I believe in. I don't believe in the shadow work. Like people talk about doing stuff, shadow work and stuff like that. Like, I don't need to heal my shadow. Not at all. Right? I don't need to, I just need to accept all the parts of me. The dark and the light. Because it's all me. It's all me. Acceptance. Accepting, lovingly accept all the parts of me. My shadow, my whatever, this, that, and the other, okay? Just accept. It is me. I am an amazing, good person, but I will cut you as well. Okay? Like I am so positive and so inspiring, but also I will tell you where to get off. There is a other side to Keysha LaShawn. It absolutely is. And if you cross me the wrong way, you will meet that person. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And hey, I have to just, hey, you know what? And if I cry, I love you. Okay, please forgive me. Sometime I'll come back. I'm like, what? Forgive me for that one. Forgive me for that, Yeah, forgive me for that. Okay, so, yeah, but I love you anyways, you know what I'm saying? So, but, you embrace it, okay? You just embrace it, okay? Your forehead is huge. Thank you, and I love it too, okay? I love my big forehead. Thank you. I'm glad you acknowledged it too, because I love it, right? I love all of me. There's nothing, you guys, and so Dre, he's not mean. Like, there's nothing that anyone can say because I don't take what you say because you're not God. So I don't take what people say because you are a projection of me. You're a projection of me. I just told you that I will tell you where to get off. So hey, I'll tell you got a big head too. Right? There's part of me that'll tell you your head is big and your breath stank and all the things, right? But I try, we try to grow and mature and stuff like that. So it's like the kids used to say, I am what is that? I'm something, I'm glue. What you say on me bounces on me and sticks to you or something like that. Like, it doesn't, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'll make you a mod. Okay, I have to learn how to do that, Derek, next time. So I have to definitely learn how to do that. I'm getting ready to jump off. My dad is out of the oh, okay, I figured out how to do it. Oh, add as a moderator. Um okay, so I don't know. There you go, Derek. Like, that's cool. Thanks for being here, you guys. So anyways, I love you guys so very much. I don't, I've been on the internet so long, nothing people say really just bothers me. I don't really get them. I mean, I've gotten some of the worst emails ever, but I don't let what people say. And sometimes I fly off, you know what I'm saying? It's like I have sent back some emails, you guys, and been like, yo mama. Right? Like I said, there's a dark side. Hey, we all dark and light. That's what it is. We're all dark and light. So there are some people that I've sent back and said, your mama. But I try not to do that. I try to do that too often, but but sometimes I'd be like, hey, whatever. Today's the day, okay? So, all right, you guys. So listen, I just wanted to I can't believe I've been here for 40 minutes, but I can believe it, right? I can believe it because, as I said, one of the things I know to be true is that there's so much in me. There's so much for me to share. And I'll just spend the rest of my days just, encouraging people like Haywood, Pittman, what's up and welcome, and Dre, and all of you all. Hey, that remember who you are, right? Your world is, you created it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you created it. And so remember who you are. The only thing for you to heal is your self-concept, how you see you. How you see you. And so I know, and Derek, this is kind of interesting, I'll say this, is that when people say ugly things to other people, they say ugly things to themselves. Catch that, right? When people say ugly things to ugly people, they say ugly things to themselves. So you're probably mean to yourself. Right? You're probably mean to yourself because this is all a reflection. I'm just reflecting back to you. And so you probably say some ugly stuff to yourself, and that's probably who you are. But that's okay. Hey, that's your world. I love you anyways. All right? So I'm out here, you guys. I'm going to go. And you guys, I got to get to the gym in the morning. You guys have a fantastic night. Be sure to check the comments. Check the description for all the things that I actually offer. Be sure to subscribe. Click the bell notification so when I go live, again, you're actually notified. I go live every Sunday, okay? So this is like really not normal for me to go live on a Tuesday night. But Derek, you inspire me as well to just, to be here. And so good night, everybody. Have a great one. You are the answer that you seek. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.